ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla anyị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla anyị ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etugha eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị gboo wee tụọ oge ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọbịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ uwe na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gotu agba wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbodo ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ karị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị onwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwe anyị bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija ma na-asị, lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụ ikunye ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana nwere onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi, mara onye bụ ka na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise.
Ndeo, thank you very much for joining me this Sunday morning on this 28th day of December. Thank you, Gaddafi of Biafra. I cite you. Thank you so much. Let's go into the gospel according to Biafra gospel, according to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Ekpa. I'm going to bring you a message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'll bring you a message from Mazi Ekpa, and then we'll open the floodgates this morning. So thank you for joining me. I greet you. Gaddafi of Biafra, I cite you and I salute you. Alex Oko, I salute you. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's do this together. Let's connect with Onyendu first. Let's connect with Onyendu first. All right. No, listen to this message. It's important. Please, anybody that knows Maxwell, the lawyer now advisor to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, call him, tell him to come in here, and I'm going to address him once again this morning. You can see how disappointed I am with him, and many of you must be disappointed already. Are you aware that Chris Okafor has started apologizing to both Doris Ogala and everybody? Have admitted that he has done something? Somebody that Maxwell should have distanced himself from. Look at how Maxwell Okpara have destroyed his credibility. Your credibility and your supposed integrity. You pour it out because of useless Chris Okafor. I'm going to bring you a message, the apology of the idiot called Chris Okafor. He's only apologizing because he has been caught. He didn't repent. And the funny thing is that people like Chris Okafor will come out in his church and apologize to his church and ask the church, pray for me. He did not resign. Get out of that place. Go and start doing something else. Because that's what he should do. That's what he should do. It's not to come to the same people you have exploited, the same people you have. So many members of that church may have been punished, suspended for committing immorality. Some of them, they will tell you there is no sex before marriage. Some of you will be keeping yourself holy. You don't know that your pastor is gwangwaring inside fornication, is gwangwaring inside immorality. Many of them are like that. They tell you there's no polygamy, one man, one wife. They are sleeping with different kind of women. And now they catch him. He's apologizing, and he didn't allow you to suspend him. And it's just like, that's why Biafra is different. That's why in Biafra is different. You do such a thing, you are removed, you are sacked. Like the way we throw away Ngozi Orabueze and Oge Chukwunkere. You see, Oge Chukwunkere was sacked, completely sacked. And everything you see him doing now is fake criminality. We don't tell you, you come, maybe you are the one that is leading the people. You come and say you apologize, and you still remain there. That's not, I will address it later. By the time I bring the message or the apology of the dingbat, charlatan, criminal Chris Okafo, and I will talk to Maxwell. Before then, let us listen to Onyendu, because today I don't want my violence to be too much. I just want to maintain it. Let us listen to Onyendu.
Why all this Trump? Why always you talk about Trump? We said to them because Trump is a very decent and honorable human being. He speaks the truth the same way that I do, not minding who is pleased. There is no space for political correctness. He calls things the way he sees them. When the clown they have in Asorok, the mask wearer, gave the claim, he said, Trump asked me why I am killing Christians in Nigeria. President Buhari, the one that is dead, raised as a mask wearing doppelganger to deceive the idiots. Go to my page again, of course, the post is being suppressed by Facebook, you will see it. The mask, you can see the mask on his face. You can see his fresh hands, fresh hands of a supposed 80-year-old. And you're telling me that people are sensible and reasonable? I doubt that very much. I doubt it very much. And they come to me, they say, oh, don't talk about it. You shouldn't. Don't talk about it, Buhari. I said, are you blind? Are you blind? Can you not see a mask? Can you not see the hole on his neck? Are you blind and foolish that you cannot see those things? But because there is a climate of fear, a climate of suppression and subjugation, a climate of betrayal, a climate of treachery, a climate of sabotage, a climate of oppression. That is why none of you can stand up to speak the truth, to say that little boy can never be an 80-year-old. Look at his hands. He's there for the whole world to see. And you don't want me to speak that very truth because you have something to hide, because you're compromised, because you're a traitor. Only traitors are afraid of the truth. Trump asked me why I am killing Christians in Nigeria. Let me ask some of you, has the Pope ever been this brave to call Asorok and to say, why are you killing Christians? Has the Democratic Party in America been able to call and say, why are you killing Christians? Has the Archbishop of Canterbury been able to call? How about all the mega Pentecostal pastors that come to the zoo, you go for the crusade, have they ever called? It's only Trump who said to the idiots they sent to him, why are you killing Christians? If you cannot love such a man, who are you going to love? Has Obama ever said such a thing before? Why are you killing Christians? No, he will never say it, because he is part and parcel of the problem. And tomorrow idiots will still say, why are you supporting Trump? Why do you support Trump? Your common sense cannot tell you that this man that confronted Jubril, when they sent Jubril to him, that said to Jubril, why are you killing Christians? Because if you present a squirrel to them as your president, they will accept. If you present a madman, a completely mad, if you bring a madman and say this is your president, of course they'll accept it. Any idiot is sent to America, they will accept. Even if the idiot is wearing a mask, they will accept. Joe Biden went to America and Trump asked him this question. Which American president has ever done that before? Did the British Prime Minister do it? Why didn't they say, Theresa May called me and asked me, or David Cameron, or Boris Johnson? No, it's only in the whole world, only Trump is concerned for the dying Christian niggers you have in the zoo. And that is the man people say is a racist. Those who are not racist, those who claim they love you, you are being slaughtered. They cannot ask after you. It is a man you claim is a racist that is asking after you. Do you see how foolish black people are? They bring out their sentimental mumbo-jumbo crap. Rubbish. Every time you tell them the truth, they can never ever absorb and assimilate that very truth and do something with it. Never in their lives. They prefer lies. That is why I like Trump. He tells you the truth the way he sees it. He doesn't give a damn how you're going to feel. That is inconsequential to him. What matters is the truth. And that truth has been spoken. If not that this idiot opened his mouth to say it, will you understand the amount of work that people are doing in Washington to try to highlight the plight of dying Christians in the zoo? All your pastors are concerned about is who insulted who and how much tithe you're going to pay. Your pastors see you the same way that the Fulani see you. They know you are foolish. Your pastors understand how foolish all of you are. That is why they treat you the way they treat you. And the Fulanis understand how hopeless and crazy we are. That is why they treat us the way they treat us. That is why they can kill you and talk about unity. As that's not telling you, they're telling you, oh, let's remain united. Oh, one united Nigeria. We intermarry. We know each other. You have your chemist shop in Bauchi. You have another chemist shop in Brandon Kebi. You are selling spare parts in Kaduna. Can you imagine such rubbish? You are killing me. When I ask you to stop killing me, you tell me, oh, don't worry. Think of the things that unites us together. They know we are hopeless. We are sentimental fools. We are always very emotional. We are not cold and rational. Always emotion. Always allowing our, should I say, nonsensical mentality. That is why we are poor. Let me tell you something. If you want to seriously change your life for good, sit down and ask yourself the following questions. Why are black people poor? Why is it that no African country can manufacture an aeroplane? I mean manufacture, not assemble. Why is it that no African country can feed itself without foreign aid? Why is it that despite the abundance of technology and knowledge, scientific knowledge, people are still homeless in Africa? People are still poverty-stricken in Africa? Ask yourself these questions. And if they don't, take what we preach, ask yourself a very simple question. Why are we living on top of oil, yet there is no running water? We drink the water that we go to defecate in. Ask yourself that simple question. Why do we have oil pollution in our land when Shell and other people, AG and Halliburton, who are extracting oil from our land, there is no oil spillage in their own country? There is no pollution, no environmental degradation. Any day you answer those questions, believe me, you will change. If you fail to ask yourselves those questions, then you are finished. A black man is the worst creation on this very earth. I say it without apology to any idiot. The most useless thing God ever created is the brain of a black man. They don't reason very well. Trump is fighting for you. You have not fought for yourself before. You have never ever before called Asurok to say, why are you killing Christians? But you can open your useless nigger mouth, your useless black nigger idiotic mouth to discourage Trump. Because you're foolish and very, very hopeless. And that is why Fulani are messing with you. All of it. And where they leave off, your useless pastors will round it up for you. They protested against fuel hike during Jonathan's regime because Jonathan was a gentleman. Where are those pastors today? If you can do it under Jonathan and not under this present Janjaweed Fulani Caliphate regime of terrorism, that means you're a hypocrite. The Bible calls you a hypocrite. If you're a pastor that protested under Jonathan, you came out on the streets and you cannot do something now, you are a hypocrite. And if you're a hypocrite, you cannot be the servant of God. It's impossible. These are the things you need to know. Where are all the idiots that told you that they can see in the future? That Buhari is good for you. Where are the idiots now, I ask you? All the idiots with the Bible, where are those fools now, I ask you? Do you see how God disgraced all of them? To say your prophecy is not from me. All that nonsense, all these stupid people, all these idiotic, these children of perdition that we are predicting about how Buhari is going to bring glory days back. Where are those fools now? But you being a black idiot that you are, tomorrow when they call you, you go to the adoration ground. Tomorrow when they call you, you go to their huge dome. And you give them your tithes, your offering, you plant, you sow, you water the seed. Because you are black, because you are unreasonable, because you are foolish. They came out to protest under Jonathan, yes? Ask your pastor. It's an assignment. On Sunday, all of you, or those of you that go to church, ask them, Pastor, Super Pastor, why was it that under Jonathan you came out to protest, sir? You call him Daddy Gio. Daddy Gio, how come under Jonathan all of you came out to protest? Daddy, why don't you go and protest now? Daddy. He will not go because he's a hypocrite. He's a child of Lucifer. You people don't want to hear the truth. The problem with black people is that you don't want to hear the truth. No. You don't like it. But as the scriptures made us to understand, that truth will set you free. Yes. That truth will set you free. And the truth, you will only hear it from us. You will only hear that truth from us. You won't hear it any other place. Or if you go to church, if you go to church, most of your churches, what you hear there is, no, God is merciful. Let us not fight. When they slap you here, give them the other side. You know, and we don't need violence. We are holy people. Government is in charge. Let the presidency take charge. They will go and be sharing money with presidency. They go and be affiliating with terrorists. That's why they don't like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell you, as a pastor, will tell you the truth. As an imam, he will tell you the truth. As a politician, he will tell you the truth. Whoever you are, he will tell you the truth to your face. He will tell you. And if both of you are together and suddenly you become like a devil, you change. Just like Maxwell. It's now coming out. You know, I began to wonder. You know, sometimes when you put one and two together, ask yourself. Maxwell was saying that he confronted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with the idea of amnesty. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected it and told him. That's, you know, when the journalist was asking him, listen to me, oh, because you know when something happened now, I will bring what you said before. I will bring it back. And I will reason, why did you do that thing? So why is it that it is Maxwell, the lawyer? All these things I'm saying for you to correct yourself for, because he may anyhow will throw you away. Why is it that it is Maxwell that was the first person to suggest amnesty to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected it? And when he was asked in an interview, he said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I even brought it to him.
He rejected it. Let them go and meet him now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not like that. Maxwell have already tried Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Already. Who sent them? Who sent them making God try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to ask him about amnesty when it has not even been brought to him? Now, everybody is now suggesting amnesty. I'm talking about amnesty. Maxwell have come out to tell you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not like that because he tried it before. Why did he try it before? Why? Because somebody like me that knows who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu already is, I can't even suggest it, knowing fully well that that story of amnesty is not in any way good for us. Because if you accept pardon and amnesty as a convicted terrorist, you will remain a terrorist forever. But you have to stand and defend yourself that you are not a terrorist. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never been and will never be a terrorist. Because accepting amnesty, accepting pardon from the God-forsaken criminal terrorist government of Nigeria will mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will be established that he was a terrorist that was pardoned. Maxwell suggested it to him, and he told Maxwell the kind of person he is. It's not about being free. It's about how you became free. It's not about accepting the pardon. It is about what kind of pardon you accept. It will stick on you. So that means Maxwell may have suggested it so that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu accepts it, who is the person that sent Maxwell to actually go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and suggest amnesty to him? Who? Onyeziria? How did he even conceive it? Because now that he was coming now to come and be defending Chris Okafor, it now dawned on me that this guy, there's something beneath you that meets the eye. There's something beneath you that I cannot even place it. With all the things that Chris Okafor and all these pastors, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never felicitated with any of these pastors. Did you listen to his message now? All your daddy, they protested during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. Why are they not protesting now? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you that you go to that church, from there you go to hell. Maxwell, did you not know? Did you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will have respect for Chris Okafor when he never had any respect for TB Joshua? Eh? When he never had any respect, you know, I'm not looking for followers. So if you come to my platform and insult me, I will block you. Even if you are watching from Facebook, for you idiot that's watching on Facebook, come to insult me, I will block you. I'm not. 5 people is enough for me to listen to the gospel. I'm not looking for money on social media. Don't fire your mama. You think I'm looking for money on social media? I'm preaching the gospel on social media. I'm not looking for people that will come and I will pet their nyash. I just try to block you now. Maybe I will look for you on YouTube because on Facebook. I don't know whether they actually block you, idiot. You don't even school, you don't go. You don't know anything. They tell you my name Najele. Thunder fire, destroy your generation. Najele. Let me look for you. Okay, look at you here. Look at MSW. Let me ban you from my page. Did they ever tell you that Vam, if you come on platform, he's looking for people that will follow him? So I'm asking you, how on earth did he conceive that within him to think that I will present it to him? That means somebody send again. He will put here, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had accepted that amnesty, it will be a win for whoever it is you may be taking it to. I don't know. However it came across. Because for you to condescend to the point of trying to defend an obviously known criminal pastor, Chris Okafor. Every miracle that man is performing on his pulpit is fake. Fake. Everything about Chris Okafor is fake. Maxwell, I have not yet attended to you. I'm coming. So I don't know how you will be able to do this thing now, because Chris Okafor have come out to apologize to the same Doris Ogala that you came and said that what he said was all lies. Chris Okafor have come and said sorry. Are you aware? Chris Okafor that came out and was even begging the other pastors and telling them that they should have covered up for him. Did you people know? Did you know that Chris Okafor was telling other pastors that, look, when you people wear this, that, I cover for you. When it is my time now, you don't want to cover up for me. You didn't know. I will bring it for you. I will show you. I will show you now. I cover up for you. All you had to do was to defend me. Defend what? Defend him in his criminality, in his lies. Defend him. Can you believe that? That is what Chris Okafor was saying. Let me show you. Because what I'm going to do today might be a little bit much, so I don't want to forget some things. Look at, I will show you now.
I stood for you, fought for you.
Yeah. He stood for them, he fought for them. So what they would have done was to also stand for him and fight for him. I'm telling you. So that is why Maxwell decided to fight for a criminal pastor. You that know that you are defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how dare you? Listen to the man you were defending. Only this one is not enough for you to know that this guy, this video has been there like a few days, even before Maxwell came out to watch this.
Many of you have stood for you, fought for you, faced battles on your behalf. Many of you have stood for you, fought for you, faced battles on your behalf. What fought you has turned to fight me, and many of you have known things that you do. I covered you. Many of you have problems that will destroy you, destroy your home. Nobody will hear it from me. Why? I defend you to the extent that when there is something that can destroy you, I don't let people hear it. I speak to you in private. So I've been your father for these years. Let's assume that I even make a mistake. If I make a mistake, is it not your duty to fight for me?
Oga will not cover you. After they put his notes everywhere, he came to say, you are my member, I've been covering you for years. My own came out now, you can't even cover me. Oga will not cover you. You are not one of us. And I'm not afraid to say it, you are not one of us. Wait first, do you people think about the weight of what Christianity is? Do you think about it? You are carrying God in your spirit, carrying God. And you are boldly announcing to the world that you can.
Oga, they are not carrying God, though. Maybe you are carrying God. Maybe. This one is a pastor of Remnant Christian Network, Port Harcourt. Maybe you are carrying God. But you know, Chris Okafor is not carrying God at all. That's the mistake you people make. You say that he's carrying God. Where you see God carry? He's not carrying God. He's carrying devil. He's carrying mammon. That's the difference. Maybe between you and him. Let me set that phrase so that you understand. He's not carrying God. You have been deceived to ever think that any of these people are carrying God.
Many of you have stood for you, fought for you, faced battles on your behalf. What fought you has turned to fight me, and many of you have known things that you do. I covered you. Many of you have problems that will destroy you, destroy your home. Nobody will hear it from me. Why? I defend you to the extent that when there is something that can destroy you, I don't let people hear it. I speak to you in private. So I've been your father for these years. Let's assume that I even make a mistake. If I make a mistake, is it not your duty to fight for me?
Oga will not cover you. After they put his notes everywhere, he came to say,
how many of you remember, cover me, make I cover you? We are Koroto. Cover me, make I cover you. We are Koroto. Cover me, make I cover you. How many of you remember that? In church, you think that they know God. They are pastor. These are the people, when we talk about Biafra, how many of you have ever heard this bastard called Okafor talk about Biafra from his pulpit? I don't even understand the rationale between Maxwell and this man. What did connect you and this bastard? This man have never stood on his pulpit to tell you about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or to tell you about Biafra. Even though he is a fake and a criminal pastor, he has a lot of people he has been able to deceive. He has thousands of people he has been able to deceive. He's traveling worldwide, going and talking about this same criminality he's doing, deceiving people in the name of the Lord. He didn't even want to use it to talk about the freedom of his people. Yet Maxwell decided to come out to defend this bastard. He may defend there as what? As how? Okutego Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before. Have you defended Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from his pulpit? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. Have you heard this bastard talk about it from his pulpit? You run to go and defend him. Somebody that have a platform. Have never used it for Biafra. Never used it for Ndibo. There are many other fake pastors. Many other fake pastors. Yet, they are even talking about Biafra. Ebuka Obi is talking about Biafra. He's talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But I want to tell you he's fake. Ejike Mbaka is talking about Biafra. He's talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Honestly, he's fake. But he's talking about Biafra. At least use that one. People say at least they feel the sympathy of their own people. Of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is holier than them. Ejike Mbaka, when he got to Simon Ekpa, he said, I don't get time or I don't get power for Simon Ekpa. When I try to put mouth, Simon Ekpa will peer me. He distanced himself from attacking Simon Ekpa. He supports the movement. But this idiot, this shameless man, not even one day have I seen or heard him talking about the freedom of his own people. The only day I saw him talking, he was talking against Ndibo. He said, Ndibo are useless, that Yoruba is better. He said, Ndibo are useless, Yoruba is better. This efulefu. Hebrew, he defend the aya. Ihere megi maswa, ihere megi. Ihere megi.
Many of you have stood for you, fought for you, faced battles on your behalf. What fought you has turned to fight me, and many of you have known things that you do. I covered you. Many of you have problems that will destroy you, destroy your home. Nobody will hear it from me. Why? I defend you to the extent that when there is something that can destroy you, I don't let people hear it. I speak to you in private. So I've been your father for these years. Let's assume that I even make a mistake. If I make a mistake, is it not your duty to fight for me?
Oga will not cover you. After they put his notes everywhere, he came to say, you are my member, I've been covering you for years. My own came out now, you can't even cover me. Oga will not cover you. You are not one of us. And I'm not afraid to say you are not one of us. Wait first, do you people think about the weight of what Christianity is? Do you think about it? You are carrying God in your spirit, carrying God. And you are boldly announcing to the world that you cannot control your desire for sexual immorality. You are coming to church every Sunday. I came to tell you are a fraud. This is why diseases are not healed. Because you see, you can't give what you don't have. If you are a thief, you can only hide it for a while. One day you will steal and expose yourself.
One day you will steal and expose yourself. Now, I want you to hear his confession. Because I didn't know I would bring it so quickly, because I wanted to bring a message from our Prime Minister. I will still bring a message from our Prime Minister. Let's hear the confession and the apology of Chris Okafor.
In the past.
So that I want to know where Maxwell will hide his face now by disgracing yourself among people of the world. You that is carrying light for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you allow that light to dwindle like this. No wonder Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he want to defend himself. Listen to the apology of this shameless man.
The lady called Doris Ogala. Listen, we're not joining issues. Mistakes have been made in the past. And I tender apology to everybody.
Why is noise there? I can't see whether the noise will be here.
Called Doris Ogala.
Okay, the noise is emptying everywhere.
The lady called Doris Ogala. Listen, we're not joining issues. Mistakes have been made in the past. And I tender apology to everybody.
Are you hearing it?
But everything that was said is not true. Everything, take note, everything that was said, never true.
You see, that is the way, even in their church, they are practicing takia. In church, he's doing takia. He tendered apology, and he said everything that was said is not true. But he called Doris. Doris Ogala have brought out the video. If you go on Instagram, this man, a few days ago, paid Doris Ogala $10,000, according to Doris, to go and put the blame on another pastor and tell them that it is another pastor that sent her. He had tried all manner of manipulation. None of them worked. You know, he went to Maxwell. I don't know how much he paid Maxwell. Maxwell bought the idea and came on social media to disgrace himself. And now he's coming to apologize. And the funny thing is that where he's apologizing, he's still lying. He's not owning up completely to his criminality and his evil. He said many things were not true. Okay, many things were not true. What is in it? Why are you apologizing? Go to court now. Maybe you are going to court. Maybe you want DNA of your children, your daughters that came to expose you. You would have finished it in court now. Let's see whether everything is true or not. You bloody moronic liar. Eh? Bloody moronic liar.
The lady called Doris Ogala. Listen, we're not joining issues. Mistakes have been made in the past. And I tender apology to everybody. But everything that was said is not true. Everything, take note, everything that was said, never true.
No.
There are so many lies.
Okay, everything. Okay, that means some things are true. Everything are not true. Can you, in your apology, since you want to tell people that everything are not true, you should have told them the one that is true. Everything are not true. That means some are true. Okay, which of the things are true? Which of the things are not true? Since you want to be, doing damage control, you would have come out to tell us the one that is not the true and the one that is the true, so that we will now know, Mr. Holy Man, Pastor Dick Hogan. Okay.
Take note, everything that was said, never true. There are so many lies in most of the things that were said. But how be it, I say, I am sorry to everyone I've offended.
No.
To the Doris Ogala,
No.
I also say sorry.
No.
And I apologize.
No.
To everyone
No.
that I've offended.
Now you see, all of you moron in church. No. Our pastor is a holy man, oh, very humble, very gentle. Oh, you see, he's a humble man. Even though everything is not true, he apologized. He even apologized to Doris. Doris is an evil person. The pastor is too holy. And because your brain is twisted, you didn't even know that he told you that. He said not everything are true. Hey, pastor, but tell us now which one is true, which one is not true. Can you tell us? No, they will not ask. Not everything is true, but I apologize to Doris Ogala. I am sorry. Oh, you are clapping. Our pastor, our daddy is a holy man. Oh, he's very humble. Oh, can you see? He apologized. Oh, holy pastor. All of you are going to hell. You are just shameless. That is a complete moron. All of you go to church to disgrace yourself. You go to church to disgrace yourself. Shame. You people should be ashamed of yourself. This man should not be a pastor over a goat, talk less of a human being. After all this story, did you hear what he did to his daughters? Did you hear what he has done to people? And he will just come to the pulpit. I apologize. Everything is not true. He even went and knelt down. Oh, see, holy man. Satan. So that means Satan can come to your church and kneel down. After all the havoc he caused in heaven, after dividing heaven and taking away some of the angels, he will come to your church. He will kneel down Even when God will not forgive him, you, holier than God, will forgive Satan. Even God cannot forgive Satan. But you, some of you members that are so useless and hopeless, you will forgive Satan and you will go to hell with Satan. Because you see, this man is worse than Lucifer. Cannot change. Lie can't change. Worse than Lucifer. And all of you are so gullible. Immediately he come out there with apology. His apology means that he knows he is wrong. He knows he is guilty. And the only honorable thing he should do is to say, I have disappointed Jesus, I have disappointed church, I have disappointed all of you. I will now go and do business. I am leaving this thing. It is not my calling. I am the one that called myself. God did not call me. So how will I stay here and be deceiving all of you? All those prophecy testimonies I have been given is all lie. Did you remember all the fake testimonies? All fake testimonies, fake prophecies, all lies. Did he also apologize for the fake testimony? Did he apologize for the fake miracle? Did he apologize for the fake miracle? Why are you clapping for him? Why are you clapping for him? Why are you clapping for him? So tomorrow he will see people. Look at all the congregation that they gathered there. And you are listening to all devil incarnate. You gather there, you are listening to a devil incarnate in the name of Jesus Christ. Jesus atala fufu. Jesus atala fufu. Look at the people representing him. Look at the people representing him. Me, I am not representing Jesus Christ because me, as you see me, so I am a polygamous man. Me, I'm not representing Jesus Christ. You have to go. Me, omena and ordinala, karamumma. I believe in Christianity, but from Menala, Ordinala, the ancient landmark. I am already there. All this boo-boo yaya in church. Continue to deceive yourself. Continue to deceive yourself. Because there are very few people that will stand upright and be holy. Because if you really want to follow a pattern of Christianity, that pattern of Christ, you want to follow it now. If you don't want to follow it, just don't fool yourself. Look at them. They are clapping. All of them are clapping. Oh, our pastor, that Lord is our gala. I apologize.
In most of the things that were said. But how be it, I say, I am sorry to everyone I've offended. To the Doris Ogala, I also say sorry. And I apologize to everyone that I've offended. And once again, I repeat this. I'm ready.
Did people notice that a baby was crying consistently in that church? A baby was crying. I don't know whether it is in church, because this record is just the same thing. I don't know. Is this not an official video? Why is a baby crying? Because this man is just in his apologies committing more abomination, and the baby was crying. Crying for him, crying for all of you, crying for your church, crying for Christianity, crying for everybody. And the baby nebakwa from beginning to the end. Nebesiko. Chineke mere ebero. Ndala. God have mercy on them. This one na lamba. Deceive. Amaka. Etokorato. Chineke. Na so apology they be. Pastor, can you leave the church? Leave church and don't let church leave you. Not fake. Leave church. If there are holy people, let them man the pulpit. If there are people that can maintain their one wife, because they say bishop must be a man with one wife. I could hear pastor Bible. Like me now, vam. So it's home. It's home. So don't deceive people. Stop. Don't just fool yourself. The baby was crying. Crying. Hey, the baby was crying consistently because this man is a lambalistic man. Lamba.
And once again, I repeat this. I'm ready to make a restitution to anyone and anybody, any lady, anywhere, or man I've offended. I am sorry.
Did you hear that? Maswell, where are you? He said, I am ready to make restitution to anyone, any lady. That's to show you that the ladies are many. Many ladies. Because Doris have just started. All the ladies are now coming to Doris. Yesterday, there was one that came with a boy, a carbon copy of this bastard, a carbon copy of this charlatan, came to Doris, and the lady said she had abortion 4 times for this animal. 4 times abortion. For annual 4. But Oruzienke, 5th one, the lady refused to remove it. She refused to remove it. She kept it. And the boy came out, carbon copy. You have to start doing many DNA now. The ladies are many, uncountable. And now he's saying he's ready to do restitution. What do you mean by restitution? You know what it means? Your restitution means that you must leave the pulpit, because some of them that want to be married, you will marry them. Because before you even lay claim to any of the children, you will pay bride price on their head. You know how many bride price you will pay? You know how many bride price you will pay? Okoko. How can you still be a pastor? How can you still be a pastor with many wives? Except you want to change the name of the church from Pentecostal to Ukordinala. Then you're Chakabia. He name is not church. Otondo. You are ready to do restitution. Restitution you will do as pastor is to resign from being a pastor, not for 2 years, 3 years, or forever. You cannot climb pulpit again and call the name of Jesus Christ. You are a disgrace to Christendom. Because me, I was a pastor. I know what it means to be in Christendom. And I wasn't there. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. When I was in Redeemed Christian Church of God as a pastor, my ex-wife, my ex-wife was doing anyhow. I was sent from Italy to the UK. I was there for almost 3 years, 2 years and some months. Then I knew I was not going to continue in that marriage because it was not leading me anywhere. The woman wanted to frustrate my life. And then they told me, Redeem, do you know that if you marry another wife, you will no longer be a pastor? I say, I agree, I will not be. I will marry. By myself, Pastor Vam, by myself, I resign from being pastor in Redeem because I knew I was going to marry another wife. You understand? I knew I was going to marry another wife, and I married another wife. Today, I am blessed. I am having children. I was in that marriage. The woman no fit give me pikin, and you know what make me I get my pikin, and me I want children. And the church said, no, you must continue to pray and fast, so that a woman of 60 years will give me child. Is it possible? They said there is miracle. Miracle will happen. 60 years? She doesn't see her menopause anymore. I can't. Now me, I like mature things. Now me go carry mature something. Because I like me karaka. Mabru he catch. On him, I cannot go on. If you want me to remain there, I can remain there, and then I marry that woman. They said, no, you will no longer be a pastor. And the woman herself want to tie me down, destroy my destiny. I said, okay, that being the case, bye-bye. Today, I am happy. If you see my wife today, hey, Papa, some of you have seen her. Have you seen my wife? Before I leave, I will show you my wife. I'll show you my beautiful wife. For those of you maybe that don't know her. Fine woman. Now I'm having children. And I'm happy. I cannot go back and say, I'm pastor. Pastor for what? I can't be pastor in Redeem and have wives. That's not possible. But this one now, restitution you will do is that you as a Christian pastor cannot have wives. So you have to leave church. You must leave church. Tell them, I've deceived all of you. One man, one wife. I couldn't preach. One man, one wife. You are telling them, I will do restitution. No. Restitution is that you will leave that place. You will live there. You cannot be pastor. Ask Maxwell, he will tell you. Shameless man. I will do restitution.
I'm ready to make a restitution to anyone. And anybody, any lady, anywhere, or man I've offended, I am sorry. Forgive me. I am not perfect. I've never been perfect. But I tell you, I've had a new beginning since the coming of these fathers of faith into my life.
The fathers of faith into my life. Fathers of faith. Those fathers of faith are the ones that have deceived.
I'm kneeling down before everyone.
Can you see?
And before the church.
Can you see? He's kneeling down. This is the deception. This is where you people are all cooked. You see where you people are cooked? You see where you people are cooked?
I'm asking you, forgive me. You can judge me. Pray for me.
Oh. you guys are those of you that go to church. They go to church in the name of Jesus. This one doesn't believe in Jesus. He should just leave the church. Leave that church. Leave there. You don't belong. Let me show you people the beautiful creature that I was blessed with. You know why? Because I don't want to be part of. Look at this. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? Let me show you. Let me show you people. I don't know. Don't be jealous. Look at this. You see? Beautiful. Are you seeing that? Beautiful. Isn't she beautiful? That's my Lolo. You see my Lolo, yeah. You see my Lolo? She's a queen. I see this one. I say, I know the church again. I know the pastor. So the pastor I am now is Pastor Vam. And because they said, if instead of me to marry this one, I will no longer be a pastor. I should leave it and be pastor. I said, Pastor, I say, I will marry this one. And she will bless me. And I will be blessed and I will be happy. So, Chris Okafor, you like good things. You like beautiful things. You must resign. You must resign. Resign. Leave that place and stop deceiving yourself. Stop deceiving yourself. You kneel down. And when you kneel down, everybody is clapping. Oh, pastor, kneel down. Oh my God, he kneel down. Our pastor is holy. Oh, he's holy. He's holy. He's not holy. Do you know what he wants? He wants to continue making you. He wants to continue the industry because the easiest way of making money is to be a pastor. And when you are a pastor and you are fake, manipulative like Chris Okafor, you will make many money. make so much money. You make so much money. But when you stand on the side of truth, preaching truth of Jesus Christ, and letting people know that your life is like that of Jesus Christ, you won't be very, very rich. You'll be comfortable. Oh. You'll be like vam, just comfortable. As you see me, so I not be pastor for their church, but you see me, as blessing, they come my hand. As poor as I am, in my own poverty, I share so much. I share so much in my own poverty. I will share. But these ones, they are accumulating, having university, having hotel. This one is video, it has hotel, having schools, having this, exploiting. Maxwell went there and wanted to defend him. I want us to listen briefly to my Prime Minister. He has a lot of messages here. Let me just pick one of PM's message. Let me pick one of PM's message. Let's listen to this one. Let's listen.
A lot is going on in our land.
A lot is going on in our land. And of course, we have to defend ourselves any day, anytime. Nigeria terrorist government have come with a lot of propaganda. When you demonstrate that you are ready to fight for your freedom, they profile you. They call you criminals, they call you terrorists, they call you all manner of names. The reason for that is to demoralize you. And we must not fall for that. My fellow Biafrans, I call on you this evening, do not allow the names they call you today to demoralize you. We're remembering what Nigeria did to over 3 million Biafra children through starvation. Yet, the world, as at then, wanted us to move on. 50 years later, after recounting the numbers of Biafrans that died or should have been avoided, we are all here today for not just a revenge, but to finish what our fathers started. And of course, the most important of it all is to destroy Nigeria, the evil Nigeria entity, to destroy it. Nigeria is a terrorist state, and after destroying it, we will liberate our people through a process that has begun. The liberation of Biafra from Nigeria will restore peace, stability in our region. It will also end the upsurge of terrorists and piracy in the Gulf of Coast of Guinea, and of course beyond. The liberation of Biafra from Nigeria will restore peace and stability. Do not let the corrupt and criminal politicians to deceive you into believing supporting your own freedom is a crime, irrespective of our approach to restoring Biafra. I want to remind all of us, in 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe, both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development in the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. Each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic and development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for the independent state for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on and on and on. And when they want to tell you about Africa, they use Sudan to give you example.
Biafra can never be Sudan. Biafrans are scattered all over the world, developing their countries of residence, making impact in governance and policy making. Sudan was never like that. Never. Apart from that, we have a history. Democracy started from Biafra. Exactly. And Nigeria continued to suppress us, enslave us, subjugate us into what we are today, destroying our sensibility and our sense of reasoning. Nigeria continued to enslave our people, enslave our future, and our progress. Today, in the same Nigeria, when the Biafra people try to rise through their business enterprises, Nigeria system will destroy it. They destroy it in Lagos, they destroy it in Kano, they destroy it in Kaduna, they destroy it in different parts of Nigeria. And in a system like that, you will all be diminishing until they wipe us in the surface of the earth. The only way to preserve our culture, value system, and save our life from extinction is a complete separate state. Exit from Nigeria, which the process has begun. My fellow Biafrans, today we have given a very serious warning to those threatening Biafrans about the Nigeria protest. We have absolutely nothing to do with the Nigeria protest. We are Biafrans, we don't validate Nigeria. But if any Biafran is victimized for Nigeria protesting, we have assured them we will weaponize every person who cares to carry arms for self-defense. The weaponization of these protesters, any Biafran has been killed, will start from Lagos and Abuja. We will weaponize every protesters that cares to carry arms for self-defense. I rest my case. This is a warning to those threatening Biafrans as Nigeria are planning to protest. We have nothing to do with it. But once a Biafran is killed in the name of Nigeria protesting and tagging P2B into this protest, we will do wonders.
Did you hear that? That's our Prime Minister defending everyone, including P2B. And he's talking about every other nation in this world that are recognized, how that they had to separate from their previous, owners or previous countries where they were to break out and become their own. And the most recent one is the one I'm going to show you, both the acknowledgement and the history before it. Let me bring to you now the acknowledging of Somaliland by Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. And I'll bring you the history that led to this recognition. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tell you that Biafra will be the last miracle, Somaliland and all those ones, their own has to come. But Biafra must happen, whether they like it or not. And from that historic explanation, you will hear the analysis from the journalists. He mentioned Biafra. But before then, listen to Benjamin Netanyahu two days ago while recognizing the state of Somaliland. And I want to tell you that in a few days, or if not a few days or months, United States will also recognize. That's the way to happen with Biafra. Israel will recognize us, USA will recognize us, and the United Nations will have no choice but also to recognize us. It will happen like that. But forget about all this noise, all this mumbo jumbo that some of them are doing, distracting people on social media. They're not making any effort. They're not making any effort. All they are doing is just to collect money and make noise. People like Ogen Kere and the shameless woman from Atlanta, Georgia, Nkechi Blessing Ezobika. That's it. So listen to Benjamin Netanyahu.
Mr. President.
Mr. Prime Minister.
It's good to talk to you. And before anything else, I want you to know that I'm signing now, as we speak, Israel's official recognition of Somaliland and its right of self-determination. Our friendship is seminal and historic.
Right of self-determination. Somali right of self-determination. It was signed by this president, Netanyahu. There are another country that have recognized them before, Taiwan. Those ones are also struggling with China. But the first official nation to recognize Somaliland is Israel, officially. The first nation in the United Nations to recognize is Israel. Listen.
Recognition of Somaliland and its right of self-determination. Our friendship is seminal and historic. So I'm very, very happy and I'm very proud of this day, and I want to wish you and the people of Somaliland the very, very best there. I think this will be a great opportunity for expanding our partnership. We intend to work together with you on economic fields, on agriculture, in the fields of social development, all the things that we hope we can assist you, and we obviously believe in this friendship. And I have to tell you that there's a lot of excitement here in Israel as well. So I want to use this opportunity, sir, to invite you to an official visit to Israel at your convenience. And I hope very much to see you here soon. This is a wonderful day. It's a historic day. And of course, I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the...
He said he will communicate with President Trump. This is the high connection that we need in this world. And I want you to know also that Biafra, through Onyendu, is connected to this man. And the connection that Onyendu had with this man can only be sustained by our Prime Minister, who is coming out very soon. Because Onyendu have already validated Prime Minister, and Bibi Netanyahu is aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given the validation to Mazi Simon Ekpa openly. There's nowhere he has ever denied that validation. They have put pressure on him to deny the validation of Simon Ekpa, but Onyendu have avoided it, have rejected it, have refused it, because he knows that aside from him, the only person that will make things happen for Biafra, listen to me, is Simon Ekpa. Listen to me. I am the armor bearer. I know what I'm saying. The validation by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the Prime Minister, Odogwu Mazi Simon Ekpa, is known worldwide. That is the reason why they have been fighting him. That's the reason why Nigeria had to bribe Finland, put them on the line. They had to take chances, promising them oil, whatever. But Mazi Simon Ekpa, the one you see right now, PM Simon Ekpa, is the only one validated to negotiate with Israel, with United Nations, and with every other nation, as Nigeria is still not waking up to the reality that Biafra is a done deal. Bibi Netanyahu is going to receive our Prime Minister in Israel. Remember, there was only two conditions our Prime Minister gave to Nigeria before he will stop. He said, you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to either appear in Israel, because our Prime Minister knows the connection. It's either he appear in Israel or he find his way to Finland. That's the only way you can stop me. And you know the kind of hatred Nigeria have on Simon Ekpa. But that their hatred is rubbish, because Simon Ekpa, the Odogwu of Biafra land, is roaring back like a dragon warrior that he is. And there is nobody, no power of hell that can stop him. Believe you me, I am the one telling you this. I am the armor bearer. So that connection is still there. So the only person that can go into the office of the Prime Minister of Israel and put dots on paper is Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. No other person. Oge nkere menwuye. Ngozi araboze na anu mamre na ahu. Oge menwuye. Ndara. Ndi Chineke buru onu. All of you that are standing on the way of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, God will punish all of you. The recognition of Somaliland is a proof that we are on the right path. And Israel being the first people to recognize. Everywhere you go in Biafra land, if you see Biafra flag, you will see Israeli flag. It is not by accident. We are connected. We have a root together. And Bibi Netanyahu knows that. And when Bibi Netanyahu is saying that he will stop the killing of Christians in Nigeria, he didn't have Kaduna, Kano, Meduguri, Zamfara at the back of his mind. The only thing at the back of his mind is Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra. The only thing at the back of his mind is Nnamdi Kanu, his friend. Okay, you don't know that Nnamdi Kanu is a friend of Bibi Netanyahu? You don't know? Are you hearing for the first time? Okay, just be in the know. When Simon Ekpa tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu para, planere, but he told you that, look, you can never sabotage me and succeed. You see the reason why I'm standing here, gidigbam. All of you come out and call me names. All of you will disappear and go to gossip centers. Go to gossip centers. And I'm here. I'm here waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. So let me allow Bibi Netanyahu to finish, and then I'll bring you the history of Somaliland. Bibi, thank you, sir.
Sir, to invite you to an official visit to Israel at your convenience, and I hope very much to see you here soon. This is a wonderful day. It's a historic day, and of course I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. So thank you, Mr. President. Please convey
your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. Abraham Accords. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already signed that accord. You're not aware? You don't know. The Abraham Accords. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Jewish. He has already put himself in that Abraham Accord. Your willingness and desire. I am going to communicate with Donald Trump about your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accord. We are already there. So don't worry that Somaliland is recognized before us, but we got into that accord before them. You don't know, but I'm telling you. Let me repeat that again. You know, some of you listen to this video, but you didn't pay attention to the details. The Abrahamic Accord.
Visit to Israel at your convenience, and I hope very much to see you here soon. This is a wonderful day. It's a historic day, and of course I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. So, willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. And Trump, your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. It's a historic day, and of course I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. It's a historic day, and of course I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. It's a historic day, and of course I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. It's a historic day, and of course I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords.
The Abraham Accords! And yes, sign it, Goya.
So thank you, Mr. President. Please convey my best regards and the best regards of the people of Israel to the people, to the independent people of Somaliland. Thank you, sir.
That's a great moment and great historical day. The Big Five is here. The other group is the chairman of the party and the vice president. And key officials are here. Mr. Prime Minister, I accepted the invitation. I am ready as soon as possible for that arrangement that can be made.
We shall arrange it very soon, and please convey my warmest regards to your colleagues and to the people. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you. See you soon in Jerusalem. Next year in Jerusalem, we say. It's a few days from now. Thank you, sir.
Sure, I will be glad to be in Jerusalem as soon as possible.
Thank you. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Remember, he said he will be glad to be in Jerusalem. But do not forget that when the zoo wanted to take the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the next place they saw him was at the wall in Jerusalem. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, while I was praying there in Jerusalem, Chukwu Okike Abiama told me, he said, lift up your head. He looked, he said, that is Biafra. I've given it to you. How many of you remember that message by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He said, while he was in Jerusalem, after he escaped the slaughter in his house, in Afaruku Ibeku, he was in Jerusalem at the wall. You people don't know what went on in Jerusalem. You will hear. You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when they kidnap him, there are many things you are going to hear. You see this zoo, they don't know what they have put their hands into. Yoruba, if Yoruba do not remove themselves from the persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and allow him go, hey, Yoruba will suffer. Oh. Yoruba will suffer. Yoruba will suffer. Believe me, Yoruba will suffer. Yoruba will suffer. So, Abrahamic Accord, I don't want to say much about that anymore. So let me bring you the historic from Somaliland,
Horn of Africa.
This is the story of Somaliland, the true story, the history. Now pay attention. Credit goes to Vice Grade 24. I hope they allow me to use this anyway. If they don't allow it after you finish listening to it, maybe it might go out later, but if they allow it, it will stay on the channel. So just let's play it.
I travelled to Somaliland, an African country in the Horn of Africa, to witness its Independence Day. In its capital, Hargeisa, the streets overflowed with flags, pride and a fierce sense of identity. But there's one small catch. Somaliland technically does not exist. Despite having its own government, army, currency and democratic elections, Somaliland is officially part of Somalia. So why does a functioning peaceful state remain unrecognized? And more importantly, why should the world recognize it?
Bombings, piracy, civil war, Black Hawk Down and Ilhan Omar. Those are the things Somalis are famous for. But this isn't Somalia. I am standing in Hargeisa, Somaliland, and it's one of the most incredible countries I've ever visited. It's not recognized by any country in the world except for Taiwan, but it potentially has a very bright future.
Somaliland was once known as Britain.
At the time of making this documentary, it was only Taiwan that have recognized Somaliland. But yet, they had their own currency, they had their own territory, they had their own police, they had their own army. But yet, they were not recognized. And I love this comment from this brother. He said, breaking news, the zoo is among the Islamic terrorist countries that rejected the recognition of Somaliland by Israel. Because Somaliland, they are affiliated with Israel, they have the Judaic tradition, they are connected spiritually with Israel, and Israel loves them. They are not a terrorist country like Somalia. You know, they are neighbors, Somaliland, Somalia. They used to be one before. Now they have divided. This one is Somaliland, that one is Somalia. Somalia is a den of hell, but Somaliland is a blessing. Neighbors. So they were only being recognized at the time of making this documentary by Taiwan. Even though nobody recognized them, yet they were in control of their territory. They were in control of everywhere. So that is why when you see people distracting us or all those people talking nonsense about what we're doing, you don't know what they're saying. Because we have to be in control of our land. Because if these people were not in control of their land, it would be difficult for Israel to recognize them. So let's listen to this from the top again.
Travelled to Somaliland, an African country in the Horn of Africa, to witness its Independence Day. In its capital, Hargeisa, the streets overflowed with flags, pride and a fierce sense of identity. But there's one small catch. Somaliland technically does not exist. Despite having its own government, army, currency and democratic elections, Somaliland is officially part of Somalia. So why does a functioning peaceful state remain unrecognized? And more importantly, why should the world recognize it?
Bombings, piracy, civil war, Black Hawk Down and Ilhan Omar. Those are the things Somalis are famous for. But this isn't Somalia. I am standing in Hargeisa, Somaliland, and it's one of the most incredible countries I've ever visited. It's not recognized by any country in the world except for Taiwan, but it potentially has a very bright future.
Somaliland was once known as British Somaliland, a protectorate established in the late 19th century during the height of European colonization in Africa. Across the border, the Italians controlled.
One thing you should also recognize is that it was Britain that was in control of that place. British Somaliland. You see what Britain does? They will hold you captive. They will never want you to be free for real. You can see, with all the struggles these people have been through, they were not recognized by anybody, including Britain, that their name was attached to. Today, they are being recognized only by Taiwan and Israel. And the next people that will recognize them will be the United States of America. And obviously, Biafra will recognize them because very soon Biafra will also be like them, recognized by Israel, America, and the rest of the world.
Future. Somaliland was once known as British Somaliland, a protectorate established in the late 19th century during the height of European colonization in Africa. Across the border, the Italians controlled southern Somalia, forming what became known as Italian Somaliland. These two territories, though both Somalian culture and language, were shaped by different colonial powers, legal systems and political institutions. On June 26, 1960, British Somaliland gained independence. For 5 brief days, it existed as a sovereign state, recognized by over 30 countries, including the UK and the US. But its independence was short-lived. Driven by a pan-Somali nationalist dream of uniting all Somali people under one flag, Somaliland voluntarily joined with Italian Somaliland on July 1st, 1960, to form the Somali Republic.
The present Somali nation was created in 1960 by merging two former colonies, Italian Somalia and British Somaliland.
The union, however, was flawed from the beginning. The merger was rushed, with no formal legal act of union ratified by both sides. The northern Somalilanders quickly felt marginalized, underrepresented in government, economically neglected, and politically sidelined. Tensions grew throughout the 1970s under the increasingly authoritarian regime of Siad Barre. His rule became synonymous with brutality, especially in the north. In Somaliland, opposition to Barre's rule coalesced into the Somali National Movement, SNM, largely supported by members of the Isaaq clan, the majority clan in British Somaliland. The government's response was brutal. In the late 1980s, Siad Barre launched a systematic campaign of extermination against the Isaaq population. What followed became known as the Isaaq Genocide, one of the most horrific yet completely overlooked atrocities in modern African history. Somali government forces bombed the city of Hargeisa, killing an estimated 50,000 to 100,000 civilians, most of them Isaaq. Entire neighborhoods were destroyed. Mass graves still dot the outskirts of the city. This wasn't war, it was ethnic cleansing carried out with Soviet-made weapons and a scorched earth policy. When Barre's regime finally collapsed in 1991, Somalia descended into complete chaos and civil war. But in the north, Somalilanders gathered to reclaim their independence. They declared the re-establishment of the Republic of Somaliland within its 1960 borders. They held reconciliation conferences, drafted a new constitution, and began building democratic institutions. Yet despite ticking all the boxes of statehood, a defined territory, a permanent population, an effective government, and a capacity for international relations, the world turned away. Somaliland's independence has never been recognized, and tragically, the genocide that helped drive that independence has never been formally acknowledged. Somaliland has maintained peace for over 3 decades, no small feat in a region that is literally famous for conflict and extremism. It has its own military and police force. It provides basic services, collects taxes, and controls its borders. Elections are not only held, they are actually quite competitive. Voter registration uses biometric tech. Opposition parties regularly win. There have been several peaceful transfers of power. Why do I bring that up? Because Somaliland is truly the exception in that region of the world. So Somaliland isn't trying to break away, it's trying to return to what it was and what it already had. It started as a standalone country which chose unity with Italian Somalia. And when that union failed, it decided to go its own way and rebuild itself. What more can a people do to prove they are a nation? Despite lacking formal recognition, countries and companies are engaging with Somaliland, quietly so but very strategically. The most visible example is in the port city of Berbera, on the Gulf of Aden, a key maritime choke point connecting the Red Sea to the Indian Ocean. In 2016, Somaliland signed a $442 million deal with DP World, the Dubai-based global port operator, to modernize and expand the port. This investment has transformed Berbera into a regional trade and logistics hub with a newly built container terminal, heavy-duty cranes, and a 19-meter deep berth capable of docking large cargo ships. The port is already drawing trade from Ethiopia, a landlocked nation of over 120 million people.
Berbera port is the most famous port in the Red Sea.
A new highway corridor co-financed by the UAE is under construction to connect Berbera to Addis Ababa. The UAE sees Somaliland as a strategic counterweight to Chinese and Turkish influence in the Horn of Africa. And so does Taiwan.
China is leveraging Somalia against the pro-US, pro-Israel, pro-West Somaliland because of Somaliland's relationship with Taiwan.
In 2020, Taiwan opened a de facto embassy in Hargeisa, one of the few governments to openly recognize Somaliland as a diplomatic partner. Somaliland responded in kind, opening a representative office in Taipei.
Officials on Wednesday unveiled the plaque for Somaliland's representative office in Taiwan.
The two unrecognized states have since deepened cooperation in education, agriculture, digital development, and healthcare. And now, even some Western governments are paying attention. The UK, Denmark, and the Netherlands maintain diplomatic offices in Hargeisa.
Of course, you have the Republic of Somaliland, which is the only democratic country in the area that's valiantly trying to fight these terrorist threats.
The US Congress has begun holding hearings on Somaliland's strategic importance, particularly its role in counterterrorism and maritime security.
Tell us a bit about how the United States should be assisting and strengthening partners like Somaliland to counter China.
And we do have extensive engagement with Somaliland.
And in 2025, reports have emerged that Donald Trump's team is considering formal recognition of Somaliland, possibly in exchange for a US military presence in Berbera.
There is one oasis of stability, and that is Somaliland, which is a de facto independent area from Somalia.
Somaliland's president has described recognition as closer than ever. If true, it would mark a historic shift in US foreign policy, breaking with the decades-long One Somalia doctrine.
Experts say that leading it could be none other than US President Donald Trump. Reports say that recent US overtures have been encouraging for Somaliland.
So while no flag flies for Somaliland at the UN, its ports, partners and pipelines tell a very different story. Somaliland is already acting like a sovereign state. The world just refuses to call it one. But why does the world stubbornly refuse to call Somaliland a state? The African Union often cites a guiding principle. Don't redraw colonial-era borders. It fears that recognizing Somaliland could open the floodgates. If Somaliland breaks away, what about Biafra in Nigeria? What about Tigray in Ethiopia? Or
are you hearing that? If Somaliland breaks away, what about Biafra in Nigeria? Biafra in Nigeria happened to be the first name they mentioned about those that wants to break away. So the reason why they are fighting of recognizing Somaliland is because they are also afraid that Biafra will break away. Before I continue, let me respond to this question by Mike Ola. Mike Ola said, Mazi, but Somaliland are all Muslims. Why did Israel recognize them? Please, can you elaborate more on this? You should know that in Israel, there are Muslims in Israel. There are Muslims serving in Israeli army. There are Muslims in Israel. So Somaliland and Israel have had a very long history. I don't know the percentage of Muslim people in Somaliland, but I want to assure you that Somaliland, they have alliance with Israel. They are able to relate properly because Israel understands that their system of operation is not like Somalia, where you have Al-Shabaab and ISIS operating. Israel was one of the 35 countries that accepted or recognized Somaliland in the early 1960s. And that recognition lasted only for 5 days. There were 35 nations that recognized them then, and it was just for 5 days before they came together again as one Somalia. But Somaliland now, after some time, broke away, and they have been operating on their own for a long time. And now there's an official recognition again from Israel. So Somaliland kind of Muslim, you might call it the kind of Muslim you see in United Arab Emirates, or the kind of Muslim you see in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, and all what have you. Do you know that it is a Muslim nation that banned Gumi? Because we're going to go into the story of Gumi after this one now. It is a Muslim nation that banned Gumi. Saudi Arabia banned Gumi from coming into their place. Why? Because of his extreme views, because of his terroristic nature. So it is not so many Muslim nations have banned Muslim Brotherhood because they don't believe in their kind of extremism. So have it at the back of your mind also that in Israel, there are Muslims in Israel. Muslims live in Israel. So Israel is not a nation that is saying we don't want Muslims. Israel never even said they don't want to recognize Palestinian state. But it is the Palestinian state, all those terrorists, Hamas, that are saying that Israel have no right to exist. So understand it. Israel is a very liberal state. So if you are a liberal state that have no problem, Israel will have no problem relating with you. Strategic partnership they will have with you as long as you behave. Do you understand? So Israel have a relationship with Saudi Arabia. They've had a relationship with Qatar and all these other people, UAE. You understand? So that's the way it is. So let's listen to this documentary. They said that even Biafra, let me take it back a little bit. Remember, you see where they mentioned Biafra. They don't want to, this African Union and all these bastards, they don't want to allow Somaliland to go because they say if they go, other people like Biafra will also be asking for their own.
Somaliland is already acting like a sovereign state. The world just refuses to call it one. But why does the world stubbornly refuse to call Somaliland a state? The African Union often cites a guiding principle. Don't redraw colonial-era borders. It fears that recognizing Somaliland could open the floodgates. If Somaliland breaks away, what about Biafra in Nigeria? What about Tigray in Ethiopia? Or Cabinda in Angola? But this principle isn't applied consistently. In 2011, the African Union welcomed South Sudan as a new member state, even though it too broke away from a larger country. The difference? South Sudan had the support of major powers and a negotiated agreement. Somaliland, despite its stability and self-governance, doesn't have a powerful backer. Meanwhile, Somalia vehemently opposes Somaliland's independence for both symbolic and political reasons. Accepting Somaliland separation would be seen as legitimizing Somalia's fragmentation, and Mogadishu has used its international leverage to block Somaliland's diplomatic efforts. As for the wider world, unfortunately for Somaliland, the world is simply too busy with other matters. Over 3 decades, Somaliland has done more to build peace, democracy and stability than many nations that already have a seat at the UN. So why should Western countries recognize Somaliland? Firstly, because Somaliland is a rare democratic ally in a region plagued by authoritarianism, insurgency and instability. While neighboring Somalia remains fragile and dependent.
Listen to the reason why they are recognized. They are a very rare democratic system. In that Somaliland, they are practicing democracy unlike other Islamic nations that surround them. I want him to repeat this point, very important.
Independence for both symbolic and political reasons. Accepting Somaliland separation would be seen as legitimizing Somalia's fragmentation, and Mogadishu has used its international leverage to block Somaliland's diplomatic efforts. As for the wider world, unfortunately for Somaliland, the world is simply too busy with other matters. Over 3 decades, Somaliland has done more to build peace, democracy and stability than many nations that already have a seat at the UN. So why should Western countries recognize Somaliland?
Why should Western countries recognize Somaliland? Very important. Why should Western countries recognize Somaliland? The same question, the same thing we need to put to them. That's the reason why we need to come together as Biafrans, to show them why they need to recognize Biafra. Instead of doing that together, some of us are fighting ourselves and doing all this nonsense. Anyway, all those fighting, all those things will end very soon. We need to show them the reason why accepting Biafra as a nation will help the West more. It will help them more than acknowledging Nigeria. Nigeria will destroy you. Biafra will help you. So why you should accept Biafra? Let's see, why should the Western nation accept Somaliland? That's the point he wants to make now.
With other matters. Over 3 decades, Somaliland has done more to build peace, democracy and stability than many nations that already have a seat at the UN. So why should Western countries recognize Somaliland? Firstly, because Somaliland is a rare democratic ally in a region plagued by authoritarianism, insurgency and instability. While neighboring Somalia remains fragile and dependent on international forces, Somaliland has held multiple free and fair elections, including peaceful transfers of power. Secondly, recognition would support regional stability. A secure, internationally engaged Somaliland could serve as a buffer against piracy, terrorism, and geopolitical influence from China, Russia, and Iran. Thirdly, Somaliland is a counter-terrorism partner in waiting. It borders a region affected by Al-Shabaab and other extremist groups, yet it has remained remarkably secure. Recognizing Somaliland would allow deeper military and intelligence cooperation without going through Mogadishu, a government that struggles to control even its own capital. Fourth, there's a moral argument. Recognition would send a powerful message that
Are you seeing it? These are two neighboring nations, so Somaliland and Somalia. In Somalia, there is chaos, no peace, Al-Shabaab, terrorists. That is why separation in Nigeria is the answer. Because there need to be a separation. Biafra must be on their own and be safe and secure. You see, Somaliland is safe and secure. All the dastardly act, terrorism, beheading of people going on in Somalia is not happening in Somaliland. In Somaliland, there is peaceful election. There is no Jaga bandit. There is no dragging of ballot boxes and unalive of people. There is no Wike in that place. There is no Tinubu. There's none of them are there. There are peaceful election, no fraud. They are having peaceful transferring of power in that place, and they are just neighbors. Some of them speak the same language. But because there are two different nations, you see, there is light on this side, there is darkness on that side. So that's the difference that Biafra will make by the time we are on our own. I'm telling you, that's the difference. And it has to happen. It must happen. It must happen. I love this. I love this analysis. I love this analysis. I want him to repeat it again. Honestly, I do love it. Please bear with me. Let him repeat it again. You see where Somaliland is? In the middle, they are the green. In this middle, you see this other red. Terrorist people. The only hope that the West have in the midst here now is Somaliland. And if you come to our own side, it should be the same thing. The only hope America, Europe we have is going to be Biafra. And we must make it happen.
Somaliland. Firstly, because Somaliland is a rare democratic ally in a region plagued by authority.
You see, a region plagued by authoritarianism. Somaliland is the one that is with green there. The other nations around them, Egypt, all these people, Somalia and all these people, they are all terrorism, authoritarianism, Sharia law, and what have you. Okay?
In a region plagued by authoritarianism, insurgency, and instability. While neighboring Somalia remains fragile and dependent on international forces, Somaliland has held multiple free and fair elections, including peaceful transfers of power. Secondly, recognition would support regional stability. A secure, internationally engaged Somaliland could serve as a buffer against piracy, terrorism, and geopolitical influence from China, Russia, and Iran. Thirdly, Somaliland is a counter-terrorism partner in waiting. It borders a region affected by Al-Shabaab and other extremist groups. Yet it has remained remarkably secure. Recognizing Somaliland would allow deeper military and intelligence cooperation without going through Mogadishu, a government that struggles to control even its own capital. Fourth, there's a moral argument. Recognition would send a powerful message that self-determination through peace and democracy is rewarded, not ignored. Somaliland didn't rise from the ashes of war with foreign aid packages or outside intervention. It did it through clan-based reconciliation, constitutional reform, and the long, difficult work of state building. And finally, because the West has often said it values sovereignty, democracy, and...
Did you hear that? Somaliland did not rise or build their democracy through the help from abroad. They build it among themselves, through relating with themselves, through making sure that they are together, through making sure that there is no sabo. They make sure that they build themselves, everybody, reconciliation within themselves. They now understand themselves. They have the same goal. You can imagine what they would be doing to Sabo in their midst. Somebody needs to study and find out what they did to their own Sabo, because they were able to build their unism within themselves. It is now when the world now see that these people are co-united, they are working together. Now the world cannot take them seriously. But with all these agents of destruction in our midst, coming to distract us and destroy, it will be difficult for us. Listen to this again. Very important. See their military. Very calm, very peaceful.
message that self-determination through peace and democracy is rewarded, not ignored. Somaliland didn't rise from the ashes of war with foreign aid packages or outside intervention. It did it through clan-based reconciliation, constitutional reform, and the long, difficult work of state building. And finally, because the West has often said it values sovereignty, democracy, and earned legitimacy, recognition in Somaliland's case is not a reward, it's simply a reflection of reality. And the reality is this: Somaliland exists. It is a functioning nation with borders, laws, leaders, and a people who know exactly who they are. Maybe it's time the world accepted it as such.
Wow. 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 Somaliland, Somaliland, and for us in Biafra land, we need to emulate. We need to learn. We need to learn. We need to relate also. Very, very important. If we must have our own nation. Now, the question of the bastard called Gumi, that is now the mouthpiece of Nigeria. Even though with the actions of America, the Gumi cow is busy taunting America. Now already even some Muslims are now tired. They are saying, Gumi, you will pass answer into our gari. The way they are crying, the way Muslims, all these daughters are now crying about Gumi. I say, okay, let us leave the fight for them. I think it is time for us to now keep quiet about Gumi and allow the Hausa people. Because you know, we have been saying it. Some of them, you see them recognizing Gumi, defending Gumi. Now they have seen the danger of Gumi. And the Hausa have seen the danger of Gumi. Now they are now the ones crying. They say, no, 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 we don't want this Gumi. Gumi is a distraction. Gumi will do us this. Gumi. Before I will bring the Hausa on, I will allow this our brother on. This is our brother message. I think I played it there first today. I will play it again. This guy, the guts he has in
Nigerian government.
The guts he has in addressing Gumi is top notch. So I will allow this our brother first and foremost to address Gumi. After you finish addressing Gumi, I will now bring you other people that have come to tell you, complaining. Or what there's one that made me angry. He's complaining about Gumi, and at the same time he's attacking Donald Trump. He's crying about Gumi, cry. But at the same time, he has a problem with Donald Trump. Anybody that has a problem with Donald Trump and also has a problem with Gumi, we need to take that person to a psychiatric hospital. I'm telling you, Donald Trump doesn't have any problem, believe me, at all. Let's listen to this, brother. Then I will bring other people that are complaining about Gumi.
We give the Lord thanks for the success of the precise and concise military action, the precise airstrike by the United States government on terrorists in Sokoto State. We sincerely thank the President Donald Trump, and the United States military for their effort. Also, we thank the President and the Nigerian government, the Nigerian military, and thanking Minister of Defense, especially General Musa, collaborating with the U.S. government, both the Nigerian government and the U.S. government, to bring about this war, this assault, this precise assault on terrorism, on the terrorists in Nigeria. It is a well-developed, it is a good development, and I applaud you. I want to say thank you. The Lord bless you. However, we have a bigger problem at hand, and the problem is a man, an unrepentant recalcitrant, a man like Sheikh Gumi, an unrepentant recalcitrant like Sheikh Gumi, people that advocate for terrorists, that pamper terrorists, that negotiate ransom payment between terrorists, are enjoying the dividend of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. This man, this evil, this devil here, Gumi must be locked up now. We cannot be fighting evil and we have perpetrators and sympathizers of evil within our midst. Gumi must be locked away now. Lock this man away. The U.S. government, please take note of this criminal element, this recalcitrant, this unrepentant recalcitrant here. Take note of this man. Ensure this man is locked away as soon as possible. This man must not be allowed to continue to move about talking nonsense, jeopardizing the lives of innocent Nigerians to please his jihadist militias, the terrorists in Nigeria. This must stop now. Take note of this man and lock him away. Gumi must be locked away now. This evil man that God will punish and punish his generations. This man that will not see goof till the day he die. Let him rot in prison. This man should rot in prison. It should not be within the society. The war against terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria is intense now. Thanks to the United States government. We are anticipating help also from the Israeli government. Let this man be locked away now. He will jeopardize our effort. He will jeopardize our fight against terrorism. He's a sympathizer. He's a facilitator, a negotiator of ransom payment where they get their resources to finance terrorism. Lock this man away now. He is evil and must be do away with within our society. Thank you.
The way this guy destroyed Gumi, Asabuja also did his own. But meanwhile, let me go and bring you the other people that said something about Gumi. Gumi is okay, wait, this is our American brother. Have a message. American brother have a message for our people that are still managing their life in the north. Now, this is American Marine. American Marine. I don't want to pass this one. Oh, if I is calling. If I you are alive, oh?
Yes, I know. The reason why I called on this program is because of this our brother that is speaking. He's a man of God. He's a pastor.
He's a pastor, yeah.
And you know, the only people in Nigeria that will have the boldness to be speaking the way this man is speaking is our people. He's an Igbo man.
Yeah, I think he's from he's from Biafra side, from Rivers, from Iguacha side.
He's an Igbo man. He's not from Iguacha. He's an Igbo man speaking Igbo.
Really?
He was in Port Harcourt. Yes, he was living in Port Harcourt before he said that God sent him to North.
To North, yes, to Zamfara.
You understand? For him, that is the only people that had the boldness to speak the truth without missing words.
Yes.
Who again? How can a man who is not a president, you are not vice president, you are not anything in the government, you are not a military man, you are not a police, I don't know what you are. You are telling the whole country that people that are killing innocent people are going nowhere, that they are part of him and you are part of them. And people are clapping for him. And he's being granted interview here and there. He's going to social media, everywhere, media houses to go and be interviewed. And people will keep quiet. There is one message that I sent to you that this man now, there is one message that I sent to you where he was exposing Sokoto and the Fulani people. That's one video that I sent to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can play it.
I think I've played it before, but I'll play it again.
I sent you a lot of videos, even the one that was talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I sent you a lot of videos that are going to.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because I can't fathom this thing that people are pampering terrorism. You understand? People killing people. See, if it is not happen like this, it's no longer a miracle. It's in Nigeria. Nigeria will break.
Yes.
I don't know what anybody say will do, but Nigeria will break. Because number one, the people that are financing the terrorism, nobody is talking about them. Even if Israel, even if America kill all the terrorists in Nigeria, the people that are recruiting the terrorists are still there.
Yes.
They will still recruit.
They'll recruit more.
So they will recruit more and fund them. Do you understand?
Yes.
And by then, they will go out from the seas. Do you understand?
Yes.
And if the anger and the rage which they will enter and kill people. Okay, look at now. They are throwing bombs. No more guns. They threw bombs yesterday.
In Zamfara, they are bombing them in Zamfara now.
Yes. They are bombing innocent people now in Zamfara. No more going to the village and shoot guns. They are throwing bombs for you to know that these people are prepared. So people that are starting bomb, what do you think that will be done for everyone to be free? It's just for us to be separate. Let everyone go separate ways and we'll have peace.
Simple.
And the one thing that I want people to know is this. You see, if Nigeria breaks today, the Northerners will rise and fight against Fulani and chase them out of their land.
Yes.
Just mark this word.
Yes.
They will rise and chase Fulani out of their land. They will rise and chase them out of their land. Because one of the countries being separated and they see the progress that is coming out from Biafra land, which everybody will witness it, they will fight to liberate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that will suffer most is our Fonja, because they are the reason everybody is suffering in that country.
Honestly.
They are the reason all these things is happening in Nigeria.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody has to rise up. Anybody, you know, I find it difficult to believe that people are still following somebody like Alima Samubaka. I find it difficult that people are still listening to somebody like Azaya Yogo. After all the exposition that we did to them, after all the evidence out there pointing at them, as they have betrayed this movement, and you are still going there to listen to them, and you are still going there finding yourself that you are one of the officials, that you are a man who forged the documents of Brady, a man who have come out publicly to insult our prime minister.
The prime minister.
That is the
yes.
A woman who said that they are about to release our leader to come to Finland and destroy whatever we are doing. Just tell me, just give me one reason. Somebody, a woman being who is with his right senses should follow all these two criminals. These two murderers that are discriminated in all in the name of freedom for them. Anybody can go to US and snap picture with all the Democrats, Senate and the rest of them. You understand? People are using picture to deceive you in this 21st century. Somebody using picture to deceive you. When our prime minister was still with us, everything that he's doing is in the public. It's in the public. The water was going on, everybody was seeing it. The whole House of, they debated it in the House of Representatives, in the House of Rep, and everywhere we're debating it. And you are contributing money to people who are doing nothing for you. Shame on all of them.
I'm telling you.
Well, it's for them because somebody like me cannot even go and listen to them, because even the ones that call themselves international, what is it called? Independent social media, I don't listen to them anymore because they're talking jargon. They don't have anything upstairs. Understand? So the best way for all this thing is for America to do the needful, and they know the needful. You think America don't know the needful? America know that the best thing to happen to that country is for everybody to go in separate way. Okay, there is a video that is where they were talking that to manage what is happening, because I know that America is discussing about it. To manage what is going on in Nigeria in a longer term is for them to go and build military base. I said it in video. For them to go and build military base in Biafra land. They call it Biafra land. But if they want it in a short way form, that they have to separate the country, let everyone go separate. I said it in video. I said it in video.
All right.
Where they said it.
I'll see it.
So the best thing to do is thank you. My mother. Carry on. We are here with you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your submission. Thank you so much. Now, Biafrans, I want you to listen to this. Our brother, he's an American Marine, so he knows everything that is coming, and he's warning those of you that are still dilly-dallying in the north. Listen.
Iwo Igbo, Ekano n'ala north, Ekano n'ugwu Hausa. Iwo Igbo, Ekano n'ugwu Hausa. Onye ụgbọ gburu ntị shirie. Oshishi hụrụ ọnụ gburu ntị shirie. Kwara ibu gị pụọ n'ala north na Nigeria. Na America a na-ala azụ na nke a. Iwo onye Igbo nọ na north. Iwo onye Igbo nọ n'ugwu Hausa. Buru ibu gị laa ala Igbo now. America abatala Nigeria. Anyị abatala Nigeria, and anyị ala-alaghachi azụ. Nna asụ ya ka ene ya now. Nna asụ da asụsụ ka ene ya now. Iwo onye Igbo nọ na north. Zuzuru laa ala Igbo. Zuzuru kpọrọ family gị laa ala Igbo. Ị na-eme ka onye riri eri. Zuzuru kpọrọ family gị laa ala Igbo. America now have any stone on turn. Na not now. Kangwa gị ọnụ. Buzuzuru kpọrọ family gị laa ala Igbo. Share this video ka olu onye Igbo niile nọ n'ala north ntị. Ị nọ Abuja, ị nọ Kano, Kaduna, Maiduguri, Jos, Plateau, ebe ọ na ị nọ, buru ibu gị laa ala Igbo. Agwara m nwunye agwa, time shall come, ala Igbo ga-awụ refugee for ndị Yoruba. Alibo Gawu IGP camp for the Yoruba.
Yes.
Camp also Tibile.
Yes.
Okay, Canabia.
Yes.
Share this video, Kolu Oyawalanti.
Igbo land will become refugee camp for Yoruba people. Yes. Okay, let's see the Gumi something. Let's see Gumi. Okay, Gumi. This is Gumi. This is Gumi. Where do I start from with these Gumi things? Gumi. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, there's so many things about Gumi here. Which one should I first of all play? Okay, let's see. This one is the one that was crying about Gumi. Okay, let's see about this Gumi.
Nigeria, let's go. Abubakar Gumi was the first Grand Kadi in northern Nigeria. Let's go back to history. Let me explain how it happened from the very beginning. Time before independence, when these British, the white people, they rule us, they use our emirs and the akalis, the Muslim judge, to rule the north. So this Sharia law system don't already exist that time, but it dey under the control of the emirs. So after the independence, the new constitution then say make they create one big Supreme Court for the Muslim affair for the whole northern state. So this court, now they call the Sharia Court of Appeal. Now, who to head this court? Because this big new court need one Oga Patakpata where go rule the rest court under him. That organ that they call the Grand Kadi, Sheikh Abubakar Mahmoud Gumi, now they choose as the first person ever to hold this big position for the whole northern region. That position now make Abubakar Gumi grow power and influence to the point that he had direct access to the president. This man sits in the seat of power with the government where they won't implement law and order before we Nigeria go know. Meanwhile, Nigeria and the followers, they see this man as a preacher, but the political class saw him as a strategical asset. Now, here's the real turning point. Mona Lisa. Abubakar Gumi became the spiritual backbone of a movement that reshaped Islam in northern Nigeria. The movement that later produced Izala movement. Now, not the Izala movement. That Izala movement now be the fight against innovation. There exists same Muslim follow only the Quran and the correct teaching of the prophet. They say more worship God exactly the way the prophet worship God. But no add, make we not remove. So their fight now is against every other thing will not concern Islam. Now, let this word sink into your head. This not be just all about religion. That movement now ideology plus structure plus state access. This ideology now the Islamic ideology where be the day where be Islam believe. So that structure now waiting they don't already they plan before we even know ourselves as Nigeria. And the state access now the access where give them the power that everything when Nigeria get. The military, the resources of the land, and the politics of the government. Now, why you see say, even the Niger Delta oil, now the northern they control them. The military, now the northern they control them. They the assets of the land, now they control. Now, why be say, there was a time one northern man say, every resource where they Nigeria belong to the northern. Now, this ideology, they give them that power. And now they believe. So now why they believe say that them get this Nigeria. And inside this system, a boy was growing up. That boy was Abubakar Ahmed Gumi. This boy not just grow up inside mosques alone. He grew up in the corridors of power. He saw how rulers think. He saw how government negotiates. He saw how religion bend politics and how politics bend religion. So when you see Gumi today walking into the forest, negotiating with killers, talking to people, the government say they are untouchable. Understand this. It's not experimenting. It's applying a system inherited. A system where religion is not just faith. It is influence. It is access. It is negotiation. It is leverage. Now, Nigeria just begin to feel the full weight of that legacy. So in my next video, waiting even the bandit themselves, when they dey loyal to her, don't even know about him. Will now expose who Gumi really is.
All right, before you expose who Gumi really is, let's bring more videos about Gumi. There's so many people have spoken, so many people. Yeah, now let's listen to this man.
Video.
This one is the one that is so annoying. This one no like Trump. At the same time, he no like Gumi. Double wahala be that. Let's listen to him. He no like Trump. He no like Gumi. He's in a big mess. Let's hear him.
I just saw Sheikh Gumi's video talking about the bombing in Nigeria, where he was blaming the United States of being angry that because they supported Biafra and Biafra had lost, they've had a grudge, and now they're unleashing their grudge. I just want to say this, right? The Hausa people, Arewa, young Arewa, Northerners, Sheikh Gumi is going to be the downfall of West Africa. And Hausas, we are going to be blamed for this. We are going to take the blame.
Now, you know what? The mistake this guy is nothing but a cow. The mistake this cow is always making is he wants to believe that he is always on the right side, that Gumi is going to bring the downfall of West Africa. No, Gumi is going to be the downfall of you, Hausa people and Nigeria people, not West Africa. West African nations, some of them are realizing themselves. West Africa, is it not Burkina Faso? Is it not Niger? Is it not Mali? Have they not taken over of their country? Even Benin was already taken over before Tinubu came to distract them. So you don't know. Gumi is destroying you people. Face your own. Leave West Africa alone. He said Gumi is the downfall of West Africa. Why I don't like this guy is because he doesn't even see that it is the finger of Donald Trump that will bring salvation to him.
Sheikh Gumi is going to be the downfall of West Africa.
Nigeria.
And Hausas, we are going to be blamed for this. We are going.
You know, he's an Hausa man. Instead of him to tell the Hausa people that Sheikh Gumi will be the downfall of the Hausa people, he's talking about West Africa. Face your own people, your own clan, your own tribe. Sheikh Gumi is going to be the downfall of Hausa people. Wake up your people. Not stop talking about West Africa.
West Africa. And Hausas, we are going to be blamed for this. We are going to take the blame for this, rightfully so, because we are watching this man ruin our country. We are watching this man be the face and the Lord and protector of bandits who are coming. Like, we know who this man is. We know everything, but we're not willing to do anything about it. We're all just keeping quiet. Like this is insane. Nigerians, absolutely, of all people on this planet, if there's any group that deserves to be enslaved, it is Nigerians. Because, okay, the tax thing, I'll make another video about that, but our complacency has shown that we are born and bred for servitude. We Nigerians are born and bred to serve. That's what we are. We live to serve other people. Sheikh Gumi has to go. But the thing is, you have educated, and I know for a fact there are going to be educated Nigerians right now, Arewa Northerners, that are going to be arguing in favor of this man. Oh, they believe what he's doing is wrong, but they believe any drastic measure is extreme because they still have this sense of kinship. Oh, like, this man doesn't give a fuck about any one of you. And the thing Arewa, right? Every last one of you. See, I remember being in Nigeria when they had the whole informatics craze. When Malaysia, Singapore came for all Nigerians. I remember back then, every single family that I know in Nigeria, every northern family had at least one family member that went off to Malaysia. You all went to Malaysia. You saw how Malaysia was. You saw that Malaysia has more Muslims than Nigeria does. It is a fully fucking Islamic country where almost everybody's walking around in hijab. And you saw how fucking clean that town is, that country is. You saw how fucking advanced they are. A Muslim country, a country that is more into Islam than you are. You see how advanced they are, and then you come back to Nigeria and you see 2 million kids on the streets begging, and then you will still argue for that system to be in place. You will go to Hajj, you will go to Saudi, you will go to Dubai. You won't find any fucking al-Majri on the street. You won't find any fucking imam in a masjid talking about, oh, we need to turn this into an Islamic caliphate. We need to do this. In their own Islamic countries, you don't see any one of them doing that. You will come back to Nigeria and then fucking defend these people doing this shit. The end goal is not us. That's the annoying part about all of this. The end goal is not Nigeria. Nigeria is just a means to an end. The end goal is the Sahel states. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger. This is the soft bombing now. They've started little. Eventually, they will make...
You see how he's trying to change the narrative now? This guy is a buffoon. You see how he's trying to change the narrative? He's trying to tell you that the end goal is not us. That it is that Donald Trump is trying to target Burkina Faso, and he's trying to target the Sahel. You are a cow. Face yourself, free yourself by yourself, and stop changing narrative and creating. That's why, you know, these people will never learn. Terrorists take over all your place. Are there no terrorists in Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso, they're handling them. There are terrorists in Mali. The Mali president is handling them. There are still terrorists in Niger. The Niger government are handling them. Face your own self, my friend, and stop talking like a cow. The end goal is Sahel.
Their way to Mali, Niger, and the whole point of this thing, the whole point has been to break up the Sahel alliance. And we have a fucking imam in Nigeria, a useless man, paid by the United States government and the Western allies. Paid. I put my life on this. I have no proof, but I swear to God, I believe this with every fiber of my being. Paid by them.
You see? Now, he's also now lying again that it is the same people that are coming to dislodge terrorists that paid Gumi. If Gumi was paid, it is you people that paid him. Fulani. That paid him to continue doing what he's doing. Paid by the same people. Paid. And you say you have no proof, but you say paid. Before you say paid, you should have a proof. The proof you have is what Gumi is doing. Don't talk about what you don't know.
See, the difference between this guy, Gumi, and Nnamdi Kanu stood for something. He stood for Biafra. What does Gumi stand for?
Now you are don't mention Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that your God-forsaken mouth. Whether for good or for bad, don't mention him. Because all the while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood for something. All of you bastards, like this idiot that is talking, he has always said he believes in one Nigeria. They don't believe in what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu believes in. Now he's using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as an example. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood for something. What does Gumi stand for? You are a fool. You are a fool. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that stood for something. He was sentenced. What have you people done? The difference between, he's even comparing Gumi with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thunder, fire that your mouth for comparing Gumi with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Agora Chaganya, you are a madman. You are a madman. Comparing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with Gumi, can you even imagine that nonsense? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood for something. The difference between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Gumi, the difference. Your people will perish if you don't fight for your freedom. Biafrans were fighting for our freedom. We can never perish. There's no IDP camp in our place. We are stopping it. You can't stop it before Gumi is in charge of your land. Get used to it or you fight him.
I believe this with every fiber of my being. Paid by them to create. See, the difference between this guy, Gumi, and Nnamdi Kanu stood for something. He stood for Biafra. What does Gumi stand for?
See him.
I've never been so embarrassed, so ashamed.
I'm happy that you are embarrassed. I'm happy that you are ashamed. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not embarrassed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not ashamed. You that never stood for something. The reason why you are ashamed and you are embarrassed today is that you don't stand for something. You are standing for one Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected one Nigeria and is standing for something. But you are not standing. Even Gumi, oh my God. Let me tell you, Animal. Do you know that Gumi is also standing for something? Gumi is standing for something, standing for Fulani Caliphate. Gumi is standing for Fulani hegemony. He's standing for something. You are the one that is not standing for anything. You are a moron. You don't have sense. Can somebody tag this idiot? Let me talk sense into him. You are the one that is not standing for anything. Gumi is standing for something. Yes. Gumi is standing for something. Gumi does not stop to express his hatred for Biafra and for IPOB. He's standing for something. He's standing for Islamic State. That's something. But what are you standing for? What are you standing for? You're standing for one Nigeria. A dilapidated system. One Nigeria. That's what you stand for. That's why you are being disgraced. You are being shamed. And you will always suffer this shame because you have refused to stand for something. You are the one that is not standing for anything. And I love to hear it from your mother. You are disgraced. You are ashamed.
I've never been so embarrassed, so ashamed.
I love it. I love it.
To be Nigerian in my life like right now.
Yeah. Continue to be a Nigerian. As long as you are a Nigerian, you will always be disgraced. You will always be ashamed. You will always be embarrassed because you are a Nigerian.
We're finally showing our ass to the whole world. My Facebook page right now, I kid you not, let me show you one. I took a screenshot of just one random one. My Facebook page is full of posts like this. I don't know. I'm sitting there wondering.
Now, see the post he's angry about on his Facebook page. Somebody by the name Abu Onyani is saying, thank you. Thank you for the Christmas gift. Donald, Adolo, Azubike, Ewere, Trump. And this Mugu is angry that somebody is congratulating and greeting Donald Trump. Is angry. That's why he will remain angry. You see, the person that is celebrating Donald J. Trump is standing for something. But you are not standing for anything. That's why you are embarrassed. You are standing for one Nigeria. You are a goat.
And how? And I'm checking. He's actually, I got to start deleting all my friends. I don't even know why I added friends on Facebook, but I'm checking.
He says he's going to start deleting all his friends. I even wonder the person that is making you his friend on Facebook. This man, if you are Abu Onyani, please run now and unfriend this Mugu. You don't even need him to be your friend because he doesn't have sense. Doesn't have sense.
He's a Facebook friend, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you've heard me speak. You've heard my videos. What the fuck why are you still connected to, why are you still, they're thanking Trump for this. They're thanking Trump for this. Nigerians have shown their asses to the whole world.
Now, the guy is confused. People that are appreciating Trump for the action he took, even the Nigerian government have appreciated Trump. People that are appreciating Trump, the monkey is angry with them. Let me just allow him to talk because there's another video I want to play.
This is not about Nigeria. It has never been about Nigeria. It has always been about re-enslaving Africa. We start Burkina Faso, Mali, Nigeria are doing what America and the West considers the most dangerous thing that black people have ever done in our history. Uniting. And they have to fuck it up. And Nigeria is...
Come on, Suzuno, so you are a man. You are a man. That's what you are.
The first grand
Yeah. Where's another one I talk about Gumi? Let me see. Watch this.
I am a Mohammedan.
Okay, this is the story, the real story of Islam. The real thing that Gumi believes in. It has started from time immemorial. This is a video from the 1960s. I have this video, the full one, but this is a short form of it. Let's take
the Muslims in northern Nigeria. They hate the Christians so much. This is the reason why. Watch this.
I am a Mohammedan, and I have prejudices against Christians too. in southern Nigeria.
Look, you said you have prejudices against Christians in southern Nigeria. Is that particularly because they are Christians? I'm a Christian myself, but I have no prejudice against Mohammedans. I rather prejudice against whites.
I often feel that.
Why?
You see, we in Nigeria, and our part of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, we often feel that Africa is for Muslims, not for Christians. It's meant for Muslims. And our social life is entirely different from the Western ways. We are totally opposed to it because it sort of try to disassociate our religious principles.
We were talking a moment ago about discrimination between white and black. Suppose Nini comes to visit you in Nigeria. Would he be discriminated against in any way?
I suppose so, simply because, for one reason. So we eat in a bowl. We in my home, we put a big bowl down, and you have about 3 or 4 people putting their hands all at the same time into the bowl.
There is an element of competition.
And you see, we don't allow Christians to interfere. We don't allow Christians to put their hands inside. You see, it's one of our religious doctrines. We don't allow, we're not supposed to eat with Christians in the same.
They are not supposed to eat with Christians. That's their principle. Now you are a Christian in Nigeria. He was taught that he is the real Nigerian. You can see his picture there. He's the one representing Nigeria. This is as early as 1950 something. Oh, the person representing Nigeria in an international debate is telling you this because he believes that he is the real Nigerian. He is from the clan and tribe of Gumi. The people that created Nigeria handed it over to them and told them that they are the real Nigerians. You that is a Christian, you are not a real Nigerian. So he doesn't want to have anything to do with you. He has a prejudice on you.
Unless we're obligated to. And so
this hatred for the Christians is only in the north. The Muslims in the west and the south, they are not hateful towards the Christians. Because me as a young man, I grew up as a Christian until I left organized religion. I grew up with Muslim friends. They were very nice, friendly people, you know. So, but the Muslims in the north, they hate the Christians with passion. You can clearly hear what that young man said in 1956 in the debate interview that you just watched. So the guy said that Africa should be a Muslim continent. Who gave him the audacity to be speaking for all the Africans?
Britain.
You can clearly see that this is the intention of the northern Nigerians. They want every single Nigerian to be a Muslim. You can't force people to join your religion. Now, Donald Trump has carried out an airstrike against the northern Nigeria because the Nigerian government refused to do what they are supposed to do. Some of the top leaders in Nigeria, including the president, they are Muslims. That is why they turn a deaf ear to what is going on in northern Nigeria. When Donald Trump said he was going to come to carry out an airstrike against the Boko Haram in northern Nigeria, the Muslims in the north, they were protesting on the street. But I never see them protest when the Christians were unalived. They never protest because they know what they are doing. Now you can clearly see that these people are evil-minded people. They are not true believers of God. They are evil people. One thing that also shocked me is that when there was a coup in Benin Republic, Nigerian government was quick to go and help the government of Benin Republic by sending Nigerian troops to there. So you can clearly see that the Nigerian government, they can be able to stop this Boko Haram, stop these people from unaliving the Christians, but they refuse because they themselves, they are Muslims. So you can clearly see that these people know what they are doing, and this is totally evil. As for me, I'm yet to see a Quran verse that says that Christians should be unalived.
You see, this guy is talking from the point of view of his level of understanding. He said he's yet to see a scripture in Quran that says that Christians should be unalived. But are there verses like that in Quran? So many verses. So he himself is ignorant of the fact that it is a general thing with Islam. That guy that is talking in 1956 is very correct about his tribe and about this religion and about Nigeria. Very, very correct. Because the people that handed over Nigeria to them taught them, and they are practicing their Islam. They're not supposed to eat with Christians. It's forbidden. Even in these all civilized Muslim countries, they have that. Listen, you cannot build a church in their areas. You can't build a church. Believe me, they believe in their tradition. They follow it to the letter. But they may, because they are not hardline, they may give you freedom to have your movement around and relate with your people, but to come and infiltrate their own system and corrupt it, they will not allow you. There are scriptures that told you to unalive Christians. There are, but you don't know. But there is.
Please, if you have any Quran verse that says that Christians should be unalive, put it in the comment section.
All you need to do is go on Google and search and say, which scriptures in Quran, are these terrorists using to unalive Christians? Or which scriptures in Quran allows you to unalive Christians or unalive unbelievers? Unbelievers are those that don't believe in Quran. You will see it yourself. You don't need to wait for somebody to comment it on your comment section. Or go and do research.
Because I have not seen it. So why are they carrying...
How will you see it if you don't search? Go and search, you will see it, my friend.
All these attacks on the Christians in the northern Nigeria, because this only happens in the north. It doesn't happen in the south, because the people of the north, they have hatred for the Christians.
All right, I've had enough of you. Your ignorance will not allow you, so just go and search, okay? The last person I want to, this is the full, that interview, that one is here. It's about 27 minutes. Maybe in our next program, if we have time, we'll play it. This video is a very important video, but I don't have time to play it. Let me just go and listen. There's a video we need to make to keep going viral. This video will allow it to keep going viral. I will end with it about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what the Americans are saying. Okay, let's listen to. Okay, this is the history. This is from early 40 or in the 1950 something. This is why those Muslims are behaving the way they behave. Why Gumi is behaving the way he's behaving. Listen to Ahmedu Bello in the early 50s.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by Northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a Northerner first.
Northerner first.
If you can't get a Northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too.
On contract.
This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous.
He said it is going to be permanent. It is a permanent plan for them as far as Nigeria is concerned, and their own northern Nigeria. And now that northern Nigeria want to lord it over the whole of Nigeria. He said it's going to be permanent.
To see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many Northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
I've seen it. Even the white man told him it's not going to be a problem in your one Nigeria. He said even if it is, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Let it be. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Look at Gumi. There's so many interviews here that I should have played. Look at Gumi granting an interview with BBC. I've seen it. Wow, these videos are very important. I don't know where to start from. Anyway, oh my God, there's so many videos and my time is up. There's so many videos and my time is up. Oh my God, oh my goodness me. Let me play this one.
With the Kahuna.
This is what the American news is reporting.
Nigeria is without doubt one of the deadliest places on earth for Christians. And finally, a leader with the kahunas to call it out for what it is, Mr. Trump again, is actually taking some actions against the Muslim extremists who are killing Christians. Whilst the mainstream media has tried really, really hard over the last few days to have you believe that this is nonsense, the facts are very clear. We are talking Boko Haram, Islamic State and Fulani militants who are killing Christians in Nigeria and other parts of Africa. They are rampaging their way through Christian communities, massacring men, women, babies, and using plenty of sexual violence along the way. They're using suicide bombs, kidnapping, and they do target Muslims if they get in the way, but their main target are Christians. Open Doors, an interest society who look at this in great detail, report that Nigeria is the global epicenter for Christian attacks. There have been over 7,000 Christians killed in the first half of 2005, the number still being collated for the second half, and since 2009 at least 100,000, probably more. There have indeed been 60,000 Muslims killed in that same time period. The situation remains dire for many Christians in Nigeria, and they are calling for better protection. But the worry once again is that the West is bending over backwards to not call a spade, all in the name of cultural sensitivity. You know, that one that has allowed Asian grooming gangs to exist in this country to this very day. The fact that these groups also kill Muslims along the way is tragic again. But it should be the warning to the West that when these groups have finished with the Christians and the Jews, they are coming for you and I, because anyone that doesn't fit their very small definition of what is godly will be dispensed with. So stand up, I say, to our cowardly politicians, call this out for what it is and act, because we need it now. The West is under attack.
West is under attack. Thank you very much. Now, this is a video I want us to know that we need to make go viral. Let's see. We need to make this video, especially because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If we have not been sharing this video, I've shared it on my Twitter handle. This should be our topic now, because this is one congressman, one rep that is very close to Donald Trump, that raised the subject of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their congressional hearing and their congressional briefing. And this particular video, we must continue to talk about it, share it everywhere until Donald Trump openly speaks about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and makes it a very important subject, a very important matter. Give it as a condition to the Nigerian government that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as far as the law has vindicated him and set him free, they have no choice but allow him to be free. Because Donald Trump must be aware about this, and we must make sure he's aware. Listen to this, and I'll end with it. If I'm able to come back, we might continue with other updates, because I'm going to a meeting right now after this.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a clear example. In 2022, Nigeria's Court of Appeal struck down the charges against him and ordered his release. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also called for his unconditional release. Yet he remains in solitary confinement, in deteriorating health, and recently had to represent himself in court. Nigeria has signaled that the law is optional and targeting Christians is fair game. Just hours ago this morning, despite the pleas and cries of the Nigerian people and many Nigerian lawmakers, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on all charges. For fiscal year 2025, the U.S. has requested nearly $8 billion for sub-Saharan Africa. But when Americans see political prisoners, judicial defiance, and the slaughter of Christians, they understandably ask as they meet their own struggles, why should our tax dollars support governments that refuse to protect their own people? Is our aid aiding a genocide? Nigeria is a nation of tremendous potential, but that potential is being choked out by violent persecution of its Christian population. No country can build a stable future where churches are burned, believers are killed, and communities live in fear.
Case for Nigeria's CPC designation last March. Thankfully, President Trump listened And he made his decision based on two criteria. One, under the International Religious Freedom Act, that these were severe violations of religious freedom, and that the government of Nigeria, President Tinubu, was either actively engaged or tolerating these violations. Those are the criteria of the IRF Act.
All right. Thank you very much for joining me today. Loads of updates to give us. We will need to come back again. Otherwise, some other time. I'll be going into a meeting in the next 2 minutes. I love you all. Shalom. They will.